but I wouldn't cut deep enough to create scars. I would just go deep enough to watch myself bleed. I didn't want to cause physical harm to myself. I just wanted to know that I was still alive.
Welcome to the Happy Soul Podcast. My name is Melissa, and this is Sammi. We are diving deep into conversations that connect and inspire. Stories of resilience, triumph, and transformation. Stories that take us to the heart of human connection. Please note that opinions of our guests do not necessarily reflect those of this podcast. Please listen with your kindness and an open mind. Each story shared is authentic and vulnerable. Let's embrace our differences with empathy, knowing every voice enriches us. Together, let's cultivate a community of respect and curiosity. Thank you for listening. Now sit back, relax, and prepare to be inspired.
Welcome back to the Happy Soul Podcast as we continue our story with Rachel. I just want to circle back to kind of talking about your stepdad when you're... Actually, I want to ask you two questions. One, with your grandfather, did you remember ever saying anything like in that time period, or it just happened and it wasn't until you were older?
Happened, and then I moved on. It's like I literally forgot all about it until he started doing stuff to me.
Till your stepdad did?
Yeah. I was like, okay, so if one person did it and now another person's doing it, I guess it's normal. Like, it screwed me up even more.
I want to ask, so if it's not too difficult to answer this question, can you kind of walk us through, like, this must have been so difficult for you to unravel, and like, as a little girl feeling those things, like, did it feel like, oh, this is just what adults do? Or did it feel like, I don't like this, but I guess I have to?
Yeah,
Did it feel...
exactly that. Like, I felt disgusting. I still do. That's not something that I'm going to be letting go of anytime soon. It was gross. It was disgusting. It was like, I guess I'm just different. Like, I hate this. I hate what's going on. But like, this is normal.
God.
I think... Sorry, go ahead, Melissa.
Did you mention it to anybody between best friend and mom? Between 6
Nope.
and 9?
And when you
Nope.
mentioned it to your best friend, you just like casually said it and she was like, that's not okay. Is that
Yeah. Like,
accurate?
I'll have to like ask her again, but I think that's how it happened because I was like, this is happening at home, but I don't know. And she's like, oh, that's really weird.
I
And
love
like,
that you guys are still best friends.
oh yeah, she bullied me in middle school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But we're such good friends. Her dad was actually her family was my foster family.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Wow.
But no, like, I don't think we talked about it after that. Like, she felt uncomfortable coming to my house to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we talked about that. And I think, like, we just had almost like a common understanding of this isn't normal, but we're just kids. Like,
Yeah.
who's gonna believe us?
Oh,
which is so sad. So sad. This is why they say believe your kids. Believe your kids and the things they tell them, and starting from the very freaking beginning. When they tell you they heard an airplane in the sky, you don't say, there's no airplane. I didn't hear an airplane. You go, oh, I didn't hear it, but I'm sure you did.
100%.
Believe them. Oh my God, Zara needs to hear this. Believe them. She talks about that all the time. I want to, in our episode that we recorded before talking about your journey into becoming a tattoo artist and overcoming the negative that was spoken at you, you had we had talked about things that were said to you when you were a kid that were like to encourage you to continue to do these things. I know you had just spoken about a couple of them, which were like that he was helping you and he was just trying to educate you. There were some other ones that were religious based that you had spoken about. Can
Yes.
you share some of those things that were said to you to make you do some of these things?
Um, so the biggest one was when everything went down, really. Like the last time I saw him, he's like, "So are you happy now that you told your mom? Are you happy now?" I was like, "Yeah, I am." He's like, "Well, good." Like it was so like this, it was so cocky.
Ugh.
But then he was like, "The only way you're getting to heaven is if you forgive me for what I did."
Oh my
And I
goodness.
was like, ever since then, I'm an atheist.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's fair. I feel like
Sorry, but he's got a straight path to hell. He has no right
right
talking
this
about heaven. Fuck you.
I feel like
No.
there was something you said where it was like God wants you to do this or something like that. I feel like
Yeah.
there was something you said
Well,
about that.
so in the Bible, it says when you are born, you have a path completely planned out for you, right? So in his sense was if God didn't want this to happen, it wouldn't happen.
Is
And
that
that was
so true?
Yeah,
a common comment.
that's a big fucking lie. That's a bold, big fucking lie. Oh my god.
You wonder, it makes me wonder though, like, does he believe that or does he know that
Right.
he's using it as a manipulation?
Right?
Oh,
You
he's a pretty crazy churchgoer.
what? Ew. Oh my god.
That's why I'm atheist. And I have a religious friend, um, and
Mm-mm.
she doesn't mention it. There was one time where she asked like why I don't go to church anymore, and I said I was sexually abused for over 5 years by a man who's insanely religious. So I'm good.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm not religious either.
I've got my church in more ways than one.
Oh god, girl. Oh my god.
That was meant to be a joke. It was kind of funny to me.
Yes.
I know it's not funny to you guys, but this is how it goes.
Yeah, dark humor it up. We're good with it. Oh, girl. Okay, I want to ask a heavy hitter. Ready?
Yep.
What is your relationship like now with your mom and your grandma? Let's start with the women. We're going to start with the women.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay, we're gonna start with my mom because my grandma's
Okay.
the craziest.
Oh, my God.
After I got into the foster care system, I didn't want to go back. I was like, fuck
To
my
her?
mom.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I was like, fuck my mom, fuck this.
Mm-hmm.
But she never tried to see me. She never made an effort to meet up with me or anything. Um, you can only foster for so long, and then you either have to adopt or I have to move in with a relative. And so I finally met my dad. So I moved in with my dad. That's a whole other story too there. Um, Now let's talk about my grandma.
Okay, so
My
wait.
boyfriend and I,
Her actual dad, not her stepdad, just to
yeah,
clarify, Melissa.
Right, yeah. Yeah, no, but so like do you have any sort of relationship with your mom now or you're just totally you don't see her, you don't talk to her,
she took my
nothing?
sisters with her, so I haven't seen them in over 3 years.
What? Your
Yeah.
sisters are still living with her? Oh my god.
And both of them, my stepdad and my mom moved to BC. So they're still
They're
a
living
family.
together still
Yep.
with your sisters.
Yep. And they go to a religious private school.
Oh my gosh. About fell off my chair on that one.
I knew this, but because she said it last time, but it's like, I'm like,
I,
how,
I'm
how,
not.
how,
I didn't.
how?
I.
I
And
don't think I
so,
put it in the
okay,
episode last time, and so it's not like you
so
missed
I
it.
need
I'm
to
like.
clarify because I said that I was seeing him at my job. So he lives in the Okanagan, so Kelowna. I'm totally gonna spill that out there. I don't care. Uh, so they
You
live
can.
in Kelowna, BC, but he still owns the house that we used to live in here, and
Oh
he's
my
renting
God.
it as a men's home.
Ew, what?
So if anybody listening lives there, you're living with a criminal. Anyways, so he runs a men's home, and it's only for men.
What is a men's home? What can you describe that to me? What is
Do you want
that?
me to read the listing? He has it listed on Facebook Marketplace.
Ew, yes.
Ew, yes.
Oh, girl.
I wonder if it's still up. I should have screenshotted it.
What
It
is a
was so
men's
fucking funny.
home?
And the comment on the post too. Um,
Like a halfway house?
Kind of, or it's like it's for people like the rent is super cheap, or it's for people who travel for work. Um, but like yeah, so he runs that house, and so he stays at the house. So in his listing it says, I come here every 2 weeks, like so twice a month, to manage the house, blah blah blah. So then the other half, he's in BC. So that's how I've been seeing him at work. He goes between places.
And he just comes to your work and watches you work.
So the first time he came in and I saw him, totally froze, totally
Oh
freaked
my
out. He came into the door and we made solid eye contact and he walked out. And I was like, okay, I
God.
don't have to go to the cops or anything. This is fine. He won't do it again. It's happened 3 more times after that. This last time, he stood at the end of the till and I was in an aisle and he watched me. I turned around and crossed my arms and just stared back at him until he left.
Oh, solid.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
Oh
because
my God. Girl.
I was freaking out. But
Yes,
that
but
yeah, I just wanted to
also,
clarify that like he owns like yeah, like a halfway house almost here in High River. But the family's in BC.
I
So,
know you talked about this before with me, but and you had said that you don't think he does anything to your sisters. Do you still feel that way?
yeah, the
What
amount of
makes you feel
hate
that
he
way?
had for my sister
He had
was
hate?
insane.
What?
He made her run laps. He bought her a treadmill for Christmas.
So, like, that's abuse. It's just a different kind of
Yeah.
abuse.
I do wonder though, like since you're out of the house, if he's just taking what he's
I
got.
like I literally I hope I've ingrained it into their brains that if he does anything, you bite his balls off. I swear to God, or I'll do it for
Good.
you.
Yes, girl.
Good.
Yes.
Like I don't care. Like it was almost so when it happened to me, I think I said it last time, but I didn't care if it happened to me. The out of body experience, I could deal with that. But if it happened to my sisters, I would be in jail. Let's just say that.
Now, that should be the response that your mom had for you.
Mm-hmm.
That right there.
Yeah.
Just,
But I
and
don't
I'm
think they
so
talk
sorry you
about
didn't
it.
get that from her.
Like I literally I've asked like I asked my siblings, I was like, so have like anything weird happen with him? Or like it was I obviously didn't want to outright say it. I don't want to scare them. But like I had to know. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how I brought it up. Is like, so is he being okay? Like, what'd you do today? Stuff like that. Like, but he had he like it's not even hate, but he had such a disdain for her, and he used me as an example. He was always like, "Oh, look how skinny she is. Like you
Ew.
gotta lay off the cake and stuff like that."
Ew.
Yeah. So when I did get out, I did um get an eating disorder. Like I still like it's hard. Like I will stress eat like crazy, but it's because like I always thought like if I was a bigger girl, it wouldn't happen to me again.
Oh, Rachel.
Or like yeah, it's
Oh
just
my God.
who buys somebody a treadmill for Christmas?
Ew. Not like, ew.
Nobody really should unless they ask for it as
I
an
was just
adult.
gonna say,
Unless
unless
they
it's an
ask for it.
adult that's like, I
It's like
really
buying
want
your
a treadmill,
wife a
a
vacuum for an
blender. Yeah.
anniversary gift.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Again, unless she asks for it.
I got one. Where do you find peace now? What feels peace? What feels like peace for you now?
I don't honestly know.
It's an okay
It's
answer
so
too.
hard because he still shows up. Um, I don't know how my sisters are doing.
Are you?
Um, I I know my grandma hates me. Like it feels like I totally failed. Like the only time I'm really not thinking about it is like it's almost like a imposter syndrome. I'm living another life where that didn't happen.
Does that make it harder to try to get therapy for if you're living in this mentality of it didn't really happen?
I don't know. Like I hate therapy. Therapy kills me. Like I've been
I'm
through
with you.
like so I had to have mandatory therapy when I was in foster care, obviously. But my therapist had to go, I think she moved places. So I was connected, like I was deeply connected with her. Like she was my first therapist. And then I had another therapist, and then I went out of the foster system, and then I tried to find another therapist. And it's like those first initial meetings are the same. I'm recanting everything that happened to me, and at the end of it, like I just told a story. I feel so emotionally drained, and it's so serious. Like I need something like if I were to make like dark jokes at a therapy session, they'd be like, so we're gonna work on that. And I'm like, no, like this is I live with this. This is you like no like it's so hard living with this because nobody can understand.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I break down, my boyfriend asks me like what he can do to help, but there's nothing. Like he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. Nobody understands.
Have you
It's so
found?
hard.
Sorry, go ahead.
Like I used to self-harm pretty bad. And it wasn't for the reason that you'd imagine. I would cut my wrists because that's the I don't want to I was going to say that's the norm for self-harm. That's like the wrong way to say it. Um but I wouldn't cut deep enough to create scars. I would just go deep enough to watch myself bleed. I didn't want to cause physical harm to myself. I just wanted to know that I was still alive. And that's like I can't even explain that because I lost so much and it's still like it haunts me.
Yeah, of course.
Um um when I was diagnosed with depression and I was put on meds, it was a lot easier to handle. Um the part of trying to accept that I was going to be on these meds for maybe the rest of my life was hard. Um but I've been 2 years sober. Um but it's like they tell me it gets easier, but they don't understand. They're all they can do is tell me how I can make it easier to live with, and I'm like, that's not what I want. I just don't want to live with it.
Hmm.
So, like, I don't know. I just have a thing against therapists, I guess. It's too
I
serious. It's always so emotional. And these feelings bog me down so much. It's like I don't feel normal when I'm sitting in a therapy chair.
if I may be so bold as to say, that sounds to me like you just haven't found the right therapist yet. And potentially, if you do decide to give it another try, if I again may be so bold as to advise you to say, go in with that first thing. Go there first and say, I'm not ready to go all into this, and I'm going to need some light stuff too. And I'm going to need you to take it slow. And I'm going to need to have some dark humor, and that's how I cope with this. If that is not the right fit, if you can do that, this is not the right fit. Not all therapists are created equal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've had some real shit ones and some real good ones. And you got to find the one. I know that that's a really hard thing because it means you have to tell the story a whole bunch. Got to find the right one. But God, Rachel, I'm so sorry.
I know our silence is not, it's, I mean, for me, I don't want to speak for Melissa. For me, it's like, I just wish I could take it away and make it better and let you know that you are loved and incredible and you deserve more than what you think you do, and you can overcome this, and it's shitty and it's hard and it's not okay, and that I'm sorry that you went through like all of these things are sitting in with me, and I just want to give you a hug, and like there's so many things, and that's what our silence is. It's just like
yeah.
it's I don't even know not what to say, but like how to, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. There's too many things to say that I don't know what one to say. And that's not because, and I don't want that to come across as I don't know what to say because it's so heavy. There's nothing to say. It's just that there's so much to it, and it is heavy. And I can't imagine what you've been through, but I'm grateful and appreciative of you sharing it and allowing us to be the space to hold it for you. And I can imagine how hard it is to recount everything, and probably how you're going to feel after you get off this call after recounting so many things. And I'm really sorry for that, but grateful. And can you share with us what drove you to want to be on here today, to go through, recount all these things and walk away with how you're going to feel after talking about it? What drove you to be here today?
Parents need to fucking listen to their kids.
Damn right. Yes.
Like, they're your kids, for Christ's sake. They're your blood. When I see parents, or more like when I see a father and a daughter, I wonder if she's okay. I'm not like, oh, that's a happy relationship. I wonder if she's okay. And it's really weird because a lot of these people have good lives and they have good parents. But it's like, I can't imagine, like, I haven't met somebody who went through the same thing as me, but I can't imagine watching another kid go through what I did without knowing what it was. And that's another thing, is I want parents to teach their kids that it's okay to question adults.
Yes.
They need to question what they're saying, they need to question what they're doing. It's okay to question. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to talk back.
Yes.
100%. Yeah. I know we say that to our kids. We say just because they said that doesn't mean it's true. Even if mom and dad say something, it doesn't mean it's true. You got to fact check that stuff. We do our best, but we're not perfect. You got to question everybody, even us.
There's a children's book that I just bought for my kids. that I think you would totally appreciate. I know it's a children's book, but I think you might just appreciate that these kinds of books are going out to children. And it's called The Sky is Red. And it is all about trusting your own intuition and not just believing somebody because they're an adult. I want to just tell you that I want to tell you that you are brave and you are strong and you are, what you have done today is unbelievably brave. And I know that your coming on here will impact people and will make people think twice about a lot of things. And I also want to say, for the record, I am sorry that our judicial system failed you, your parents failed you, and your extended parents failed you. And I just am really sorry that for all of those things to have happened to you. You didn't deserve any of it. And you deserve to feel peace and love and light. And I hope that for you moving forward. I really hope that there is peace that comes to your life now. I really do. Because you really deserve the world, Rachel. I'm so remarkably grateful for you to share this with us today and to be so raw and honest and candid with us. It is not falling on deaf ears.
Mm-mm.
We appreciate it so much, and I'm proud of you. Like, I can't imagine. And yeah, like Sammy said, you're gonna need a defrag after this. Go watch some funny videos and have a really good sleep, and let yourself sleep in if you can tomorrow. And
Oh, I open tomorrow, so.
oh, okay. So maybe not a sleep in, but do something kind for yourself. Do something kind for yourself and be graceful with yourself. Because I imagine this feels heavy, and yeah, I'm really grateful.
Yeah. Is there anything that you think that anyone could have done during that time that could have helped you besides your parents? Parents aside, because they were not helpful.
Can I tie in there? Did a teacher ever notice or say anything to you?
No. I hid it pretty well. There was one time, do you know of the Rowan House?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They did a presentation in middle school of what you should watch out for. And like I've thought about it and just like wanted to talk to them saying like how much of an impact it made. But I don't remember what year I was in. But they were talking about sexual abuse and the signs of it, and I ran out of the room crying. But I didn't say anything. I just said it was too much of a topic that I couldn't do it.
I wonder what that
But
teacher.
no teacher said anything. Um, but like I don't think there is a thing that someone could have done. Like just you like we go through it. We have to go through it, like our emotions.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know how I would have felt back then if my friend had said anything. Like I'm not sure.
Mm.
Um, but you got to be there. You can't leave. And and I know it's hard for some people, But some survivors, they need people who can listen to these kinds of stories, even though they're fucking hard to listen to.
Hell yeah.
Because we're the ones who lived it. We just need somebody to hear it.
Yep.
Because it's stuff like this. Sometimes I'll talk to it about my boyfriend. Like, it's once in a blue moon, but I have to remind myself of what happened. I can't go too far down the hole of I'm living a different life. Talking about it, people say talking about it makes it easier, which in a sense it does. But like, there's so many people who don't want to listen.
Yep. There is. About any
And
bad things in life.
And I think the stories, they need to be shared and listened to and spoken of until this isn't happening to anybody.
I don't know. I don't remember who was doing the speech, but it really brought light to it for me.
Was that like a big aha moment for you? Like, not aha, but like, holy shit, this is not okay then?
It was more of a like, holy shit, like other people go through this. Like,
Which is
holy shit, I'm not alone.
so
No, you're
sad. It
not.
should have been, holy shit, this is not okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not faulting you for that, but because you were experiencing it, you were like, oh, okay, other people experience this too. Instead of, oh, I shouldn't be experiencing this.
Yeah.
You know,
And
because your
nobody
parents
should,
had
yeah.
normalized it so much.
Yeah. And you're not
All the
alone.
rage for you, Rachel. All the rage
Mm-hmm.
for those people who did you wrong in so many levels. The judicial system, your mother, your grandmother, your father, your stepfather. All of the above. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you for sharing your heart with us and your, I guess Melissa said, story doesn't cover it. The heartbreak you went through and just everything you've gone through. Thank you for sharing it with us and again, like I said, allowing us to be the space that you shared this with. And we're honored.
Yeah.
As much as we wish we didn't have to hear this story, we're honored that you allowed us to listen.
And we'd love to stay in touch and hear how you're doing and hear, like I said before, you deserve all of the great things that life has to offer. And you are not broken.
Nope.
Have a good night.
You too.
You too.
Thanks, Rachel.
I am fucking mad.
Oh.
I'm fucking mad. My palms were sweating. I was like shifting in my chair. I kept having to mute my mic because I was like, like, I just am so horrified at everything that she went through. One thing that I wrote down that I was just like, and I wanted to say this to her, and but I'm going to say it now. What was interesting is like, she brought it up a couple of times where she said something to the tune of like the one time she said she had to explain to him, I grew out of it when he asked her why she doesn't hug him like that or why she doesn't call him dad. She's explaining to him that she outgrew it. Like, shame on you, asshole. That's not her job. That's your job. Like, shame on this asshole. I'm so fucking mad that she had to endure that and that she got failed so many times. Like, we didn't talk a ton about the teachers, and I don't want to throw shame there without knowing more to the story. But it is heartbreaking to know that kids are going through this and teachers are not catching it. And I'm not saying that against the teachers. I don't know the ratio of how many kids there are to how many teachers. Is that part of the problem? Is awareness and like education of the signs part of the problem? I don't know, but there's a problem there.
You know what I think the part of the problem is? I don't even think that it's not believing children and awareness. I think it's the stigma for being the person who called child services. Because like I was reading this article about people who it was like not abuse related at all. Like one woman was protective services were called because her children played unattended in the backyard and they were like 5 and 10 or something. And she was like, why are you calling child services? Like my backyard is safe. Like, but, and just let me finish. So it was like this, and I'm reading this article about this. And then there's another one where child services was called because this kid walked the like he was like 10. He was 10, sorry, walked the half a kilometer from their farm to the small town that they live outside of, which is like a small town of like 300 people. Like it's a teeny tiny. And child services were called because this 10-year-old walked this. And it was all talking about these reasons. And like I read it and I'm like, who would call child services on that? Like that's my initial response. But the thing is when you read further and it's like, it is better to call child services. And it's like, you should be happy they're showing up because they're going to show up and then they'd have a child services person come on and talk about it. And it's like, most of the time child services is called, we go in, we do a check, and we have to come back in 6 weeks and do another check. And after we've done a second check, if everything is A-okay, your file is closed. Like, that's it. We're not checking up again. We're out.
Oh, my God.
No, but some of the things that, like, if you talked, I remember talking to somebody one time who was a child protective services person. Or so it's like one of those people who would go in. And she, like, the list of things that need to be on check is, like one of them I remember she saying, because I remember I had a baby at this time, and she said it was like, do they wash their hands after they change a diaper? And I'm like, I didn't wash my hands after every time I change a diaper, right? And I said that to her, and I said, well, like, I don't wash my hands after if it's poopy, for sure. But like,
yeah,
if it's a pee, like, no. And she was like,
No.
This is the thing. It's like some of these things on the list, most parents don't do. So that's not the problem. It's how many of these things in each category is this parent not doing? Okay. And I don't remember all of them. That's the only one I remember because I remember being like, what? And so, like, that's the thing, right? Like, if they come to your house and they're like, oh, your kids are playing unattended, but they're in the backyard, but your fridge is fully stocked with food. There's food available. There's not locks on. Like, they have so many different areas that they're checking that you might not check all of them. Like, you might get some X's, but that's not a bad thing because no parent is doing exactly what this should be. It's like how many in each category are you off and which ones are you off on, and that's what calls them back and puts you on a watch, right? So that, like, knowing that, so it's like I honestly think it's the stigma about being the person who calls child services and not, like, even for me, I think I told you about this camping family that was camped next to us. Did I tell you about this? The dad was being horrible to his children.
I think you did, but keep going.
And I was like, we're camping, right? It's not like a house. I can't call to this house. And the day that I heard it, we're all packing up to leave. The day that I heard the worst thing. And I'm like, should I get like a license plate and like call child services for this license plate? And like, I half tried to get a license plate. I didn't try that hard. And I left and I'm like, I wish I had tried harder because if I had called and said, hey, we were camping, all I have is a license plate. I don't know where these people are from. It's an Alberta, BC, whatever. It's this license plate. This is the number. These are the things I was hearing said to their kids. I don't know if you can track this down. I'm pretty sure you can. But totally. I think that's something to be checked out there, right? Like, I wish I had done that. I should have done that. And what held me back? Being afraid of being this overprotective, crazy person that didn't need to call child services. I'm like, no, I fucking should have. Yeah. Because, like I said, you should always call. And now I've learned this too late. I've learned this lesson too late now. But I will always call now. And I will, if I'm concerned, I'm going to call. Yeah. And I mean, maybe it depends. If it's a neighbor, I might knock and be like, yo, is everything okay? Your kids are beating the shit out of each other back here. Whatever, right? But like, next time if I'm really concerned, like what I heard these people camping do, or if you hear that a child's been hit by their parent, or if you hear that a child, is uncomfortable, like even the way, like I don't know, like maybe there's something a teacher may have heard beyond her running out of that room that could have been like, I think child services need to be called, right? Like, But it's
I
a
don't know.
fear of being that person, I think.
And the onus, I think you're right, absolutely. And I think we need to place the onus more on protecting the children than our own perceptions and how we think that somebody's thinking of us and that sort of thing. And to that,
Take your eyes off yourself. Take your eyes off yourself.
right?
Take your
And
eyes off
to
yourself.
that, we need to put more onus on believing survivors, believing victims, than we are on why is it so heavy that we put more weight behind what if they're lying? But what if they're not? What if they're not? If they're not, you have just let a little girl do the hardest thing she's ever done and go against every person that she knows and loves and said this thing, and you're going to let her feel like she was foolish for doing it? Shame on you. And put her in a cold white room without an advocate? What if they're not? Then what?
Yeah.
So the amount of people that are lying about it are taking away from the amount of people that are not lying about it. I just, God damn it. And you know what? Like, so, and there should be no statute of limitations. This motherfucker should not be free to live in a room with girls, live in a house with daughters. He should not be free to do that. Absolutely not. That is atrocious. It is atrocious. I when she said that, I was like, ugh. That needs to change. I do not understand. I do not understand how that it makes any sort of sense.
Just think of
Anyway.
like, we both have daughters.
Oh,
Like, fuck.
I was trying real hard not to be like a full like bitch to her mom before I found out what their relationship was like. Like, I didn't know if she was going to say like, oh, we're good now. We went through it and we're good now. So I was trying real hard not to be like, what the fuck, mom? Mom. Speaking of mom, if you're listening, I'm sorry I'm swearing so much, but you know.
It's warranted.
I cannot.
When you asked if we could swear, I chuckled to myself back here. I chuckled because I was like, this is obviously going to be rated not intended for children. But I'm like, maybe this should be intended for children because maybe kids need to hear it. I don't know. Maybe not all the F-bombs, but they don't need to hear it.
We should make a second one where we bleep them all out. That is, and you were right when you said they should be in jail right alongside I don't even like calling him the stepdad. He does not deserve that title. He does not deserve that. He's a trash bag. He doesn't deserve the title of stepdad. I just think, and yes, the women should be in jail right alongside him. You brought him back to the house and told her to hide in her room. Shame on you. Unfucking believable. Whew, I'm fired up.
Me too. I feel like we could rant about this for a little while.
We could. Anyways, but I do, and I want to stand by. I want to, like, we don't need to spend any more time ranting, but I do want to say that I do believe that this is going to be a powerful episode, and somebody is going to find something in this that is powerful. And I want to ask this. I want to ask a question to our audience. First of all, if anybody listening has gone through this, I am remarkably sorry for what you've been through. I would like to know, because as she was talking, I was just like, God, are there resources out there for children and for teens who can't afford therapy? How do people get through this? Like, are there resources for that? And what are they? Like, share them with us. Please send us. If somebody listening heard something today that you have something that could be helpful, please send it to us and we can get them. We can get those resources to Rachel, and we can even put them in the show notes for other people. Like, we can make a post of it for, like, we'll post about this. If you have any resources that you feel so inclined to share, we are open to hearing those resources, because I don't know if there are some or not. I'm curious to ask Ronan House
Yeah.
about this,
We
but I just if anybody has anything like that, and yeah. Anyways, wow, this is a big one. Wow,
It's just like
so
heartbreaking.
unreal.
It's heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. I completely agree. When she
Right.
said the shaving thing, I was like, I was. It's just atrocious. It's absolutely atrocious. And it did make me think like, okay, have I said enough to my kids? Have I taught this enough? Have I said the right things? Have I, like we talk about how like, I'm going to share a reel. Actually, there's a lady, did I send it to you or did I save it? I don't know. And she's like a teacher in front of a class talking about not touching. And it's like a head and shoulders thing. These are my private parts. Nobody touches my private parts. And she's gone viral because she was like raw and like,
Oh no, I haven't
she
seen
had
it.
a fury. I'll send it to you. She had a fury in her voice and everybody's applauding her for being like having a fury. Like it wasn't like a fun little song. It was like, ugh. It was so good.
Told me one last night that she was like, I didn't think of till my kids were older, and it's like that your mouth is a private part.
Oh Lord.
She said that
Oh
last
my
night.
God. I never even, of course.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, like
Never
nobody
thought about
touches
that.
your vagina, nobody touches your penis, nobody does those things.
Yeah.
I never thought about the mouth one, but that's a good one. And it's like
It's a good
your
one.
mouth is private in the sense of nobody puts anything in your mouth except you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like now you have to explain
Yeah.
that. I said to her, I was like, now I got to figure out how to bring this conversation
And
up.
nobody forces you to put anything in your
Nobody
mouth.
forces you to put anything in your mouth, and
Or
nobody puts
pressures
anything
you.
in your mouth but you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
And
treated
I
that
think
way.
just like teaching your kids about intuition and what that feels like. And, if your body feels unsafe, then your body's telling you something,
Yeah. We were at the pool one time. And this was a while ago. We were at the pool and we were in the hot tub, and this gentleman came and sat near us, and like, I don't know, something about him made me uncomfortable. Like uncomfortable towards the kids. Do you know what I mean? Like I was like, we had just gotten in, and he came and he sat like too close, and he was talking more to the kids than he was to me. And so I like got us out of the hot tub. I was like, we're going to go. And we left. And the kids were like, how come we got out so soon? And I was like, I can't remember what I said to them. This was a couple years ago, but I remember just being like, I felt uncomfortable. And they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, I don't know. Something about the gentleman that was sitting close and talking to us made me feel uncomfortable. I don't know what it was. I don't know why, but I felt that we needed to leave. I'm sure he was maybe a nice person, but I just felt uncomfortable. And I was like, and you can do that too.
lesson.
If someone is ever around you that makes you feel uncomfortable, or for whatever reason you don't feel good, if you feel anything but good, you should just leave. It's better to just leave.
Great lesson.
I know. And I'm like, it's the only time I've ever had that happen. But I was like,
Well, we should say thank you for joining us today and for listening to this incredibly difficult story. Like I said, it's really hard to call it a story because it's just deplorable what she went through. But we're really grateful for you joining us.
thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. To help support the growth of this podcast, please feel free to leave us a review, follow us on socials, or recommend us to your friends. Your support honestly means the world to us. With love, Sammi and Melissa.